There we go. All right, so today I'm going to walk you guys through the new thing that we're doing for opportunity time. So with COVID and everything, we took away floor time. There wasn't as much traffic. People weren't comfortable, so on and so forth. We haven't really instituted it since. And I've seen a slight loss, not an excessive amount of lost leads or anything else. So we went for a period, I was watching it, monitoring it, and seeing, is this possible to do without any kind of assigned rotation or shift? And the answer is no. So in an effort to continue to take the leads that the company is generating and bringing them in, this is kind of what I'm looking at doing, is mostly saying, hey, it's a voluntary thing, right? Obviously, as an independent contractor, I don't have the authority to tell you have to be here and you have to do this and so on and so forth. So that's where we're going to come up with what we call opportunity time. And so this is going to replace floor time. It's certainly something that we're going to encourage everybody to be involved in. As we move forward, any company generated lead sources will only be available to the agents who participate in opportunity time. So if you want part of any of the walk-ins or the online lead generation, Realtor.com leads that we're starting to funnel through, I have a couple other lead sources that we've bought as a company to help with that as well. So that funnel, on average, produces about 26 to 28 leads if everybody were to join. So if everybody in the office, between us and the Morris area, if everybody would agree to being in opportunity time, it would average out to about 28 leads per person per year. And that's just by basically saying, yep, I want in. So with less people doing it, obviously that lead count is going to continuously go up. Some of them are going to be great. OpCity is an example of one of those, where we can make some money, we pay referral fees out. Realtor.com, Lead, Zillow, all those partnership things, they're as good as your workout, right? And so they take time and they take effort and they take energy. But opportunity time is essentially providing time for each qualified agent to acquire new leads through their designated opportunity time shifts and continue to work on growing your own book of business. The requirements for this, as I sent out, is pretty basic. It's considered a value add of the company for you guys as sales associates. The requirements is that you attend training sessions so that we can all be on the same page as far as expectations and what we're doing. Agreement to referral fees on assigned leads, and this will vary depending upon the lead source. One of the things I think we're going to start to do is funnel everything through Back at You. And inside of there, it'll actually show you the referral fee if one is assigned at that time. And so that way you can choose to accept or deny in that process. And then the big thing is obviously needing assigned shift responsibilities, and we'll kind of get into those. So the shifts are basically to be determined by branch managers. In this situation, it's me at this particular location. You'll be assigned an entire day. So the shift differential from, we once had 3 shifts per day. We tried 2 shifts for a period of time and then kind of kept it there until COVID sort of killed it all. What we're doing now is we're taking it and we're saying we're only going to do one day where one person is assigned. So let's say today Lucas is assigned. Any of the leads that come in through the phone would all be Lucas's. Any of the walk-ins, provided that you are here, would be Lucas's. Somebody calls in and they asks for Mary. Well, no, Lucas doesn't get that. They specifically asked for Mary, but that's going to go to Mary, right? And it's a way that we're going to basically just try to keep things a little bit more cohesive. It's easier to schedule one day, just from an administration side. It's easier to schedule one day than not. And so we will define those. But essentially you'll given a schedule, hopefully like we have done with Floor, at least 2 weeks prior to the first business day of the month, right? So we're going to try to be out as far as we can. So if you guys do need to shift or you have holidays or something coming up, you have an opportunity to adjust, just like we always have in the past. Your responsibility as an agent, of course, is you're expected to know when your shift is. We'll deliver that content to you, but it's your responsibility to get it into your calendar. It's your responsibility to find a replacement if you're not able to be present during the assigned shift, and update us so that we have the master calendar that we can track, just like we always have done. And then ultimately, should a change be made to the given schedule, the agent who's surrendering the floor shift is responsible to update kind of the master schedule, just similar to how we've always done it in the past. And that can be done through email, text, staff notification, whatever. Now, again, your objective is to be ready to serve any customers or clients throughout the entirety of the assigned shift, having your phone close by, answering it. So if we do get stuff that comes in, we'll send it out to your cell phones. You'll answer it, and we just ask that you be ready to do that. Have your phone available, your laptop within reach, or something like that. So if you don't know the answer, you're at least able to look it up instead of, oh shoot, can I call you back? Because we all know that active leads are the best, and the longer we can keep them and hold them, the better. If we say I got to call you back, inevitably they're going to call somebody else until they get the answers that they want. So this also may mean that you might need to be close to the office if that's how you operate best, or to a home office in that situation as well. Now, the assigned responsibility here, let's see here. Yeah, so ultimately the big thing I really want to kind of walk you guys through here is lead distribution. And so as we talk about that, I think this is the easiest way for me to really do it, is to show you.
What's that back to that 2 p.m.? That's the days you need to be in here.
Yeah, so as far as the assigned shifts, yep.
I think I remember.
Yeah, so the objective is that you can be remote most of the day. Right here is where we're asking you to actually come into the office.
Heather's here till 2, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So Heather's here until 2, which provides a little help. And then between Darcy and I, hopefully we're here to help cover for safety measures. It's nice to have more than one person in the office, right? Which is why on days when I'm not able to be here, having Darcy here alone is not a great option. And days when, Darcy's out and we have to backfill or something else, it's just wise to have more than one. So that's where the requirement is. So you have your full shift the full day, but up until 2 o'clock, you can be anywhere. I don't really care. You can be showing, you can be doing appointments, as long as, again, you're readily available for answering your phone, right? So, like showings, if you feel comfortable picking up your phone in that's fine. Because what I don't want to see is lead sources come in, they hit the back at you system, they hit your email, and then all of a sudden you're 30 minutes out from answering them. Right? Because they're just going to move on to the next person. And now the company is spending money on a lot of these lead sources, and we're trying to maximize that. And then same thing, phone calls come in, we transfer them out. And next thing you know, you're not there because who knows why, right? And that's why we're trying to say there's some accountability that needs to be put in place here. So at 2 o'clock, at that point, from 2 to 5, we expect you to be in the office. And that's Monday through Friday. If you're assigned one of those days, it's 2 to 5 that you're expected to be in the office. So you can sit here, the desk, the conference room, whatever, but you're expected to be here, for safety, helping answer the phones, greeting people when they come in, kind of serving as that front lines greeter for the office as well. So for those of us who have an office that you can't really see the front door, you better just come running, like I often do. Or you can set up, out here, right? You can set up in the open area if you want. You could watch TV if you feel. I think there's better things you could do, but that is the opportunity. Then lead distribution here. So leads, as they come in, basically they're going to say, they're directed to the designated sales agent as the lead is generated. So leads are online referral programs, websites, phone calls, walk-ins, and so on. And this is something, an area that I'm pretty passionate about, making sure we continue to talk about getting value add to, is making sure that we're always bringing more awareness to the brand and how we're working forward with stuff. I just was looking up some new stats today and found something kind of cool that I'll be sharing with you guys later about how we're doing as a team. But so any leads generated by Coldwell Banker Crown's efforts shall be directed to the designated agent based upon the time the lead was generated. So if it's generated during a 24-hour period, it's going to go to that agent who is assigned that 24-hour period, right? And then the next day, it's going to go to the next person who's assigned, and that rotation will continue to happen. So should the designated sales associate be occupied during the lead's activity, the lead shall be directed to the next available sales associate. And that's where it's going to go to whoever's in the office first, because those are the people we as staff know are working, right? And they're available, they're ready. So like today, if a lead came in and it was Lucas's day, he was on the phone with somebody else, it would maybe go to Amy. If Amy's not around or she left or whatever, and Ken was still in the office, it would go to Ken, right? And so on and so forth. We would continue to work that down. So if no assigned sales associates available during that, the lead shall be directed to the next sales associate, as I just illustrated, and shall repeat until it's been successfully connected with an agent. If there's nobody in the office, it's just going to go back into the rotation. Hopefully it'll hit bay. It'll come open. Somebody can just click, claim it, and away they go. And then lead flow. So this is where I actually think it's a little bit easier for me to show you this way. Just because sometimes I'm a visual person. So ultimately, if a lead comes in on the far left side here, right, the first question we're always going to ask is, are you working with someone, right? Or they're going to call in and they're going to say, hey, I want to talk to Ken about his new listing on Lake Mary. Okay, well, awesome. If they ask for somebody specifically by name, that's automatically going to get transferred to that agent, right? Like that's just the best way that I can think that we can honor each other, okay? It's when they don't ask for somebody like, hey, I just want to look at that new listing on Mary that I saw a Coldwell Banker sign. So totally cool. So if they don't ask for somebody specifically by name, and then it's going to get determined. Okay, well, is it a buyer lead? Yes. Well, then it's going to automatically get routed to the opportunity time agent, right? So whoever's scheduled at that point. If it's not a buyer lead, we go down. Is it a seller lead? Yep. Well, guess what? Then it's going back up to the opportunity time agent. Pretty basic. If they're not a seller lead, they're not a buyer lead. Well, are they a referral? Yep. Well, then they're going to get transferred down to essentially broker services, which is right now, primarily Darcy and I. And so Darcy and I kind of vet those referrals, coming in, looking at what they're looking for, the area of which they're looking for, and then we hand them out accordingly, right? Things like Cardis and some of those other affiliate programs will all be, most likely they will be routed to the opportunity time agent, right? But if we have a brand new agent, okay, who's participating in opportunity time and we get a referral in for $1 million lake home listing, well, all due respect, I'm probably not going to just give that to somebody who needs to go in and work that, right? We're probably going to try to find a better fit. Maybe we do a co-share. We'll try to work that out the best we can.
What if it's an agent calling, I want a referral, I want you, that just goes to the floor duty, the person.
Yes, so that's where if it's a referral, it's going to go down to broker services. So we'll vet that.
Even if an agent says, I got somebody I want to refer?
You talking an outside agent?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
somebody from the dine-out in
Yep.
in the cities, they call.
Yep, if they call in and they got a referral, then they'll come in and then we're going to vet it because we want to make sure that, we're willing to take a risk on generated leads.
Yeah.
But on a referral, we want to make sure that we're doing a handoff that is meaningful and impactful.
Okay.
We want to make sure we're representing our team in the best way possible. And some of us are not suited for that. Some of you are not suited for commercial. Some of us are not suited for farmland, right? Like I don't know farmland the way some of you guys do. I would probably not take a referral on that, right?
Actually not.
But then here's the farm boy.
Yeah.
And that's where we start to utilize the strengths of everybody. But the first thing would always be, like if a referral comes in, we're going to vet it, right? And then once we vet it, the goal would be is as long as it's a good fit, it will go to the OT, the opportunity time scheduled agent first. They'll decide if they want it again, and then if not, it'll go back out to the lead pool and we'll vet that until we find a good match. So I did pull that one out of automatically flowing to the opportunity time one, only because I want to make sure that if somebody's calling us and they're looking for our assistance, I want to make sure that we're aligning them with a good match as best we can. And then if they're not a referral, then they'll drop down to other services. Again, if it's, BPOs or those oddball, hey, can I pay somebody $50 to open a door kind of a thing. We just figure we'll take that other stuff and we'll vet that so that you guys don't have to worry about that on the front side, and then we'll reassign that back out. So anything that's heading up to the opportunity time agent, obviously it's going to first go to is the agent in office. Yep, then we're immediately going to transfer it. If they're not in the office, then we're going to transfer them to your phone. As long as you pick up, then yep, we're going to answer, or that'll get transferred to you. If you're not in the office and you don't pick up, then immediately it's going to go to is there another agent in office? Right? And if there is not somebody else in the office, then it will come back to Darcy or myself to kind of funnel out, nurture that, and then away we go. So that's kind of the process flow, if you will, of how we go down into that. So ultimately, this is just a kind of a visual representation for you guys to know how, just again, transparency on how we're going to handle the lead flow of company generated leads, whether it's, whether it's any of the online stuff that we're doing, walk-ins or whatever else. So if you have any questions, hopefully it's pretty simple. But again, this is a voluntary program. You don't have to participate in it if you don't want to. If you do not participate in opportunity time, you do not get company generated leads. That's the way it's going to be. Some people aren't going to want to work that, and that's totally fine. I can't control you as an independent contractor. So the best I can do is say, if you want to come in and you want to be a part of some of the value add services that we have, this is what I'm going to ask of in return to help everybody as a team be better. Because there are those days, and I tried it for a short period where, we kind of just said, well, who's going to be here?
Yeah.
Right? Heather would leave at 2. I would maybe be here. I would maybe not. I had appointments, right? And it was before we had Darcy with us until 5. And so that was kind of like, some days you just had to lock it down,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, well, that doesn't work, because then I started to realize like, oh, I'm really counting on somebody being there to drop earnest money off or to pick something up. And it was, and that's where I kind of came up with the idea of, well, that's where the 2 to 5 window comes in, just to ensure that we have that accountability and that availability for our clients and for your clients, right, as a team. So that's how we want to make sure that we have options for them. Now, of course, there's going to be things that come up. It's going to be a transition for everybody in the process, but this is hopefully a way at least to look at that and, I don't know, provide some sort of value. So this is a volunteer thing. Again, you got to let me know that you want in. Hopefully looking to start this. I would like to start it November-ish, middle of November, which I know that first schedule will be a little heavy. But at least that one will be a little bit flexible on, and then hopefully we'll have the first schedule out middle of November for December, and then we'll start kind of walking through it from there.
I'm willing to start right now.
There you go.
Because I don't know if we're going south yet. It's kind of up in the air, so I'll talk to you about that.
Okay. Any other questions on this?
The only thing is, so when you're in here from 2 to 5, and I know like Darcy's here till 5, and what if she's not one day or whatever, and like let's say you get a call or one of your old clients calls and say, hey, I really want to see this, and you have to run off for like an hour during that time, can we like make that work, or can we put a sign on the door like I'll be back in an hour or something? Or
yeah, in those
I know such things will happen.
Yeah,
eventually.
In those oddball scenarios, we want to service our clients and the needs of them first.
Yeah.
My first request would be say, hey, I have an opening at 5:30.
Yeah.
I'm in appointments until 5. Can I get there at 5:15, 5:30 to show you the property? I'm going to guess 90% of the time they'll say, yep, that's fine. For the 10% that they don't, I'm fine. If you lock it up, put a sign on the door, go to the showing.
They're out in front of the house. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that does happen,
Yeah.
right? And so we want to make sure we strike while it's hot and we service clients the best that we can. So if we need to do that, yeah.
I mean, obviously I would try to not schedule, but if something happens.
Yes.
We do get a lead and say, I'm sick today. Do we call one of the other people that are in this training or anybody?
So like if you're at home not feeling well and you just aren't interested in it?
Well, no, just not feeling well, yeah. Do you call one of the people that've been in this training?
Yeah, ideally, I think you want to try to honor that. So for those who are committing to helping, the company generated leads and stuff, I would probably start there. At the same point, again, if you have a warm lead and we want to help them and service them, we're going to do whatever we can.
Okay.
So there's times that I'll text 3-4 people and say, hey, I need help with a showing tonight.
So we get back to you. We don't call somebody to take our place.
No, you can call somebody to take your place.
Right,
yep.
okay.
As far as rescheduling and all that, that's on you. Okay. I and the team, as far as staff, want nothing to do with that.
Okay. All right.
No, we're going to assign it, and then it's your responsibility to ensure that it's filled either by you or another party.
Okay.
Yep.
It's pretty good and easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not trying to complicate
No,
it. Right?
I'm
trying to make it simple here. So, Mitchell, Danny, Ashley, anything? Let's kind of wait.
Good things I need to talk to you about, not regarding this, but a couple other questions after this. But
sounds good. I'll give you a call.
And I'm sure something like this, is it do you feel like this is kind of a collaborative work in progress? We can work on things that just really don't seem to be serving people, or, how do you feel about this, what you have in front of us right now? Do you feel like this is kind of something that we can work on collaboratively as an office as time proceeds?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I always reserve the right to get smarter. And that's why I ask you guys to work with me so I can get smarter. If we find like this flow doesn't work or something, we'll adjust that as needed along the way. Nothing is ever set in stone in my book, so we can always adapt.
Sounds like a plan.
Cool. All right. Well, if you guys got any other questions, obviously you know how to find me. If you are interested in participating and you feel like this is something you can commit to, just email me and let me know. And then that way we have kind of a record of it that we're in. And like I said, we'll try to start something November-ish. And then for sure, for everybody who's interested, December will be the first official schedule that comes out. So with that,
I'm guessing this is pretty much just for the ALEC office.
As far as staffed, yeah. Yep. I wanted to invite you guys because, it's not uncommon that we'll come to Morris and sell something. It's not uncommon you'll come up here to sell something. So I wanted to give you the opportunity to participate, obviously in company generated leads in the program if you wanted to. All right. Any other questions, comments, concerns?
Can we talk about the Christmas thing with children now? What are we gonna be doing?
Hold that thought, and then I'll
Okay.
talk to you about it. You bet.
Okay.
Oh, one thing. This is probably really stupid, but so let's say you have you're going to Mexico in February or something.
I wish, but yeah.
I'm hoping, maybe, I don't know, who
Whatever.
knows? But you just tell whoever's scheduling, like, hey, this month I'm gone this week, don't schedule me or whatever.
No,
Or just find someone once you do get
when the
scheduled.
schedule comes out, it's your responsibility
Okay,
to find
okay,
the shift.
okay.
Yep. We're not going to manage your vacations. You're a 1099 employee. You're a big kid.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just
you're in
wanted
charge
it
of that.
ahead of time or just when you get it.
Yeah, so we're just gonna take it, we're just gonna fill out the schedule.
And then you
it's-
take it from there.
Yep, and then it's
Okay.
on you guys to let us know whatever changes you need.
Okay, sounds good.
Boys and girls, right?
Yep,
Simple enough.
cool. All right, that's all I got. I'm gonna kill the meeting, you guys. Hopefully we'll see you soon. So bless y'all.
Thank you.